lot of positive things. Disappointed in the outcome, but our defense played their tails off today. I thought we covered well on special teams. They were challenged to not let them start outside the 30. We never let them do that. We played great run defense for most of the game. And then at the end of the day, we needed to score in the red zone. We were 0 for 2 down there, and that's the difference in a tight ball game, in a divisional game. And that's you got to score touchdowns down there, and we didn't. So we're 0 for 2, and that's the difference in the ball game. Again, I thought there was a lot of positive things. We put ourselves in position and didn't execute when we had to have it the most, which is down there tight. Again, I'm disappointed in the outcome, certainly. But at the end of the day, we didn't do enough to win again. So go ahead.
You didn't score a touchdown against arguably the worst team in the league. A lot of positive things is the first thing you take from that? I
wasn't talking about the touchdowns. We need to score touchdowns in the red zone, certainly. Didn't do enough good on offense to be able to score points, and we lost the game. So, yeah, there's positive things to point out, but ultimately we didn't score enough points to win, so that is what it is.
What do you mainly attribute offensively? So much progress for this group over the last month or whatever, and then against one of the worst defenses, it feels like it all went away.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to watch the film. I'll get back to you.
On that first red zone situation, do you think, did Will not see, it looked like Chig was open?
Yeah, he missed him. Chig was open. He missed. He didn't get his eyes down to Chig. So, yeah, we had a shot. We had a guy open, so didn't convert.
You had a great degree of run success early in the game.
Yeah.
You tried to run down there in that first red zone series.
Say that one more time.
You had a great degree of run success early in the game.
Yep.
Why didn't you run down there in the red zone?
No, we did run some. I can't remember the exact play selection, but we had the runs that scored. We scored on one and got called for a hold, and it got called back and punched us out. But yeah, I mean, we ran the ball a bunch in that possession in the red zone down inside there. So got down to the 2 and had a guy wide open in the end zone. I don't regret the play selection.
You think Will had any limitations in the second half after the shoulder?
No, Todd said he was good to go. Will said he was good to go, and didn't feel like there was anything there from a injury perspective.
I know you've in the past talked about like the risk versus reward on a play like that to end the half or whatnot.
Yeah.
What was the thought process?
Oh, that was the risk. We weren't throwing a Hail Mary. We were trying to get a block play set up to see if we could get the ball and do something. I felt like we had gotten a momentum with the interception, so we tried to see if we can't get the ball in the hands of some blockers out front. But it takes a second to get down the field enough to make it count. So it's a play we ran against Buffalo. To be honest, the same one we had that gives you a chance to get down there one-on-one and get guys blocked and see if you can't punch it in. Just felt like we to just intercept the ball and then take a knee was not the right thing, and we didn't block the left side the way we needed to and took a shot. So those things happen, but that's the balance that I have to work through when you're calling one play with 4 or 5 seconds left on how aggressive you want to be. And I thought with the turnover to see if we couldn't get the ball in somebody's hand and see what could happen.
Last series down by the end zone, did Calvin have a good enough sense of where he was with the marker? Could he have tried to plant the foot there and turn upfield?
Yeah, it got extended a bit because there was a guy in the window, but we got the ball to him with space and felt like we had a chance to convert that. And from where I was standing, I thought we had it, and then he just sort of ended up on the boundary. Would have liked to have seen that turn up. I thought we had a shot for a first down there.
Run game was pretty. Anything about why he wasn't able to get upfield?
No, I haven't talked to him yet. No.
Run game was pretty effective, which normally would make you think play action and explosive plays would be the add-on result of that. But why weren't you able to hit any explosive?
We had a few. I mean, we didn't have. I mean, we had some off the run action. Called a couple more that got caught into some two-eye shells and got covered. It wasn't for lack of intent. Sometimes you have them and sometimes you don't. We hit a couple, but that's just how it goes sometimes.
What did you think Nick could have made the catch on the play after Calvin's play?
I think that would have been a tough catch. I mean, again, we try to say if it hit his hands, it gave him a chance. And then Will said that was the first time all day that the ball had gotten a little slick, kind of slipped out, so he didn't have full control of it. But yeah, I think it had a chance. I'm not going to say that without really seeing it again, how close it was or wasn't. But he put the ball up in a spot where we can try to go get it.
Brian, what's your message to the team after one like this?
Yeah, that's hard. You got to keep going. They played their ass off. They did everything in a lot of areas that was asked of them, and we didn't score enough points in a tight division game, which all these games are tight. It doesn't matter what the records are when you play in the division. we had a chance with 2 possessions in the red zone and came away with no points, and that's ultimately the difference in a game that you got to score, and especially a limited possession game. And the way it was playing out, didn't have an opportunity to win the game. But again, there's a lot of other things that were good, but no one gives a shit anyway. So we got to find a way to score more points.
We've talked about the red zone a lot, obviously, before this game, but are you surprised with how difficult it's been for you guys on a regular basis?
Yeah, I mean, we also scored down there once and then got called back, and then we had a wide open guy again, should have scored. But that's the way it is. It's hard down there. It's tough defenses, not a lot of space, and we, I would expect that we could be better than we've been.
You disputing the penalty that called back that touchdown?
I couldn't see it from where I was at. Didn't seem like it was, a real egregious call, but they called it. We got to, keep our hands inside and don't hold, and the ball should have been in there for 6.
Do you think you guys have the right mentality in the red zone? Do you think the woes are weighing on them, or is it just kind of?
I don't know. I mean, I think we have the right mentality a lot of the time, everywhere, and to not come away with a win and not come away with points, is disappointing, certainly.
Last one. Is there anything that you can that you are going to appreciate the team going forward? You guys are the most penalized team in the NFL, and it seems like those calls are a detriment to momentum.
Yeah, they're killer. No, I mean, we coach it, talk about it all the time. It is what it is. Penalties happen. We only had, I think, 4 or 5 today, which was improved. But yeah, those things got to get cleaned up, and we've stalled drives because of it on offense. We've given up conversions on 3rd down on defense. So not today necessarily, but just in general, yeah, those penalties got to get cleaned up, and we're working like hell to get them cleaned up.
Calvin there that last time in the red zone, is the route designed for longer, or does Calvin have a responsibility to turn that up a little bit more?
It's a flat route. I mean, he's coming from the backside, coasting. They clouded it, so I saw the cloud corner, and then he retraced back to the corner, so I just got it to him late. You don't love throwing those in the cloud, but sometimes that happens, and it's just a late response. But yeah, I can maybe get it to him earlier, and he can turn upfield. But sucks that we were that close, but couldn't get it done on 4th down either.
To lose, and especially some of the missed opportunities on offense.
It sucks. Got to be better in the red zone. I feel like I played one of my cleanest games all year, except for 2 plays where we could have scored on both of them.
Speaking of that, the Chig, did you not see him?
I just saw Nick first. He flashed. I thought he had a step on him. And if I would have continued on, I would see Chig. But, yeah, it sucks to see someone wide open right after you release the ball.
Did you have any actions after they hit it in the first half?
Yeah, I have a sprained AC joint, so, I mean, I'm playing through. I've been playing through it all year, and I made it worse through that hit. Shot it up, played through it. Still able to play, but not fun.
Was there any limitations, after coming out of the first part of the second half, and was there anything that you felt like?
I mean, I was just going to be more cautious with just throwing the ball away and not trying to extend plays and not putting myself in harm's way and trying to take any hits. So that was really the only thing. I knew I could still make the throws. But yeah, just try to be a little more careful.
Will, what was the general frustration around the team after this one? It seemed like this one may be worse than some others in terms of just letting one get away.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It's one that we definitely feel like we should have won, could have won, and had opportunities to win. So not fun. After a loss like this, it's important to just stay together and make sure everyone remains on the mission, but this one definitely stings. Yeah, I mean, that was the only throw all day that wasn't a tight spiral, and you could see it on the film. But sometimes that happens, and rain comes down and it affects the throw, and of course it happens on the most important play of the game.
How much does it fluster you to have the momentum of having played well the last 4 games in the offense, building some things, and then kind of having it come apart today?
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I feel like I still played a clean game other than those 2 plays, and it makes the stat sheet look a lot better if you make those 2 plays, though. So, we as an offense, we felt like we were getting everything we wanted with them. We were moving the ball and just getting stalled on 3rd downs versus some good defense, and they played some sticky coverage and was able to match our guys pretty well. But to not score a touchdown in a game where we felt like we were able to move the ball at least the whole game is frustrating.
On keeping guys together, to your point about the rest of the season, how do you as the quarterback go about that?
Just being the same person, not trying to bring any sort of panic, or on the flip side, don't try to be, too positive about everything. Everyone's got to know about, what we got to get done and get fixed to get this ship sailing in the right direction. So I'm just going to do my job to lead by example and do what I can to lean into guys to get the same out of them.